Mr. Lamborn, you're recognized for 5 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. And before I ask my questions, I want to thank you, Mr. Chairman, for having this hearing. This is such an important topic, and there's so much going on here that I was frankly not really aware of and should have been. And we need to be aware of what's going on. So thank you for your leadership. This is so critical. Ms. Holliday, I am stunned about what's going on here. And you said in your written testimony, lacking proper safeguards, IT systems are vulnerable to intrusions by groups seeking to obtain sensitive information, commit fraud, disrupt operations, or launch attacks against other systems. VA has at times been the victim of such malicious intent. Can you tell us what you know about these malicious attacks on the VA's sensitive information? Who committed these?
Bowman, speak to this one.
Okay.
It's in his area.
Okay.
Thank you. We were informed of an intrusion by foreign countries through the Network Security Operations Center. The specifics of that event, the foreign countries have actually compromised the domain controller and gained access to email accounts, and were taking email information of the senior leadership at VA. The difficult part is VA was unsure how the foreign countries gained access to the networks and what was actually being transmitted out of the VA networks back to the original source. That's the one that's most current that I'm aware of. We also reference 2006 with the stolen laptop and the loss of the 19 million medical records. But those are the two main things that come to mind. As far as our ongoing FISMA work, we do continue to identify weaknesses with the critical databases that does host sensitive data. And the web applications that are facing the Internet do have well-known vulnerabilities that could be exploited from the Internet. And these are ongoing from year to year. So there are significant risks out there that are related to this. And
why don't we know how much was taken?
A lot of it is having the right tools in place, such as intrusion detection systems, audit logs turned on. In some cases, VA doesn't have audit logs enabled, so it's unaware of how these systems have been infiltrated and what data has been captured and what's been transmitted. Good IDS systems on all the network segments, important to identify the attack signatures.
Okay, what is the kind of sensitive information concerning a veteran like in my district back in Colorado Springs that could have been compromised?
It's more of the personal identifiable information that you could be used to commit fraud. So if, let's say, a malicious intruder gains access to a database and has the Social Security number, has the names, the date of birth, they could use that to commit credit card fraud. And that's the main risk to veterans.
And with the 20 or so million veterans who are on this system, the VA doesn't know how few or how many of their sensitive information, like Social Security numbers, have been compromised?
That's a potential risk. Without having
it could be all of them.
Yeah, without having audit logging enabled, you don't know what's been compromised or how often those systems have been accessed in an unauthorized manner.
Would either of you ladies like to add to what I've been asking?
No, I think Mike answered it perfectly.
Okay. I'm just amazed at this. I mean, this is serious. And the VA has known about this for up to 10 years now?
We've reported significant vulnerabilities for well over 10 years, as indicated by the IT material weakness. In the last 5 years, we have increased our assessment of the security controls through our use of vulnerability assessment tools, database tool, web apps tools. So we think our evaluation is more comprehensive. So in the last 5 years, we've shown consistent vulnerabilities from year to year that put VA system at risk.
And you mentioned potential state actors with malicious intent. Was that fairly recent that those attempts or those actions were detected?
I heard about that within the last year and a half.
So there's a pattern of knowing about this for 10 years leading up to a malicious capture of who knows how many Social Security numbers or other sensitive pieces of information of up to 20 million veterans. within the last year and a half. Is that a proper understanding?
It's possible. Yeah, we don't know.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I yield back.
Thank you.